This area was known as the Molesworth Fields at the time, and it was actually still a really scuzzy area of Dublin.
Wasn't the other centre would have been a bit further away?
It was, yeah. It was more down towards O'Connell Street.
Yeah.
1896 or 7, it might be even earlier. Let me have a look. It was given to us by one Miss Glenn Noble from her loving husband. 1880. Wow. Yeah. And my son scared the bejesus out of me one day because he was walking, followed me out, and he did that. I said, "What have you done?" I didn't realise they were meant to come out. You know, they're meant to represent as above, so below, and you'll see it in these globes up here. You've got your celestial and your terrestrial globes.
Wow.
And the idea is the structure of Freemasonry that we teach, the allegory of it, is the same in heaven as it is on earth. Whatever your version of that happens to be.
Yeah.
You know, there's no, it's a bit confusing with the Bibles out and things like that, because people go, "Oh yeah, this is very overtly Christian." It's not, in a sense. Any man from any faith
can walk in and sit down,
and
yeah.
what you'll find more and more nowadays is Qurans, Bhagavad Gitas, Torahs, whoever's in the lodge, if that's their holy book.
There's one my dad was saying in Indonesia or somewhere which has 8 or 9.
That's right.
Different, Quran, Bible, all art. Yeah.
We have one here, Lodge 19, Emerald Isle. Now this originated in Pakistan, and it was originally the 88th Connaught Rangers, the Devil's Own, the Irish fighting force. And these were really scary guys. They were recruited by the Brits, okay, and they were recruited because your average Irishman from Galway was 3 stone heavier and half a head taller than a British soldier, and they needed them for the guns because at the time they were developing the heavy artillery. They needed them. Now these guys effectively, if you like, were the first crack unit ever devised within the army. They were so feared that even their own officers wouldn't go into their private messes for love nor money, you know what I mean? And the Duke of, I think it was the Duke of Wellington said, "Well, I don't know about the enemy, but they scare the living hell out of me." And the basic thing was, whether it was the Crimea, okay, whether it was the Taiping Rebellion, whether it was any of those wars during the late 1800s, the idea was to get them pissed and point them at the enemy.
And just go.
Yeah, let them go, you know what
just
I mean?
Go.
They sort of go, that real Monty Python stuff, both arms off, "Come on you bastard, I'll get you," sort of thing. Now their lodge was Emerald Isle, Lodge 19, and it still exists. Now it ended up based out in Pakistan, and we still wear the jewel that says the 88th Connaught Rangers on it. It ended up based in Pakistan, and in 1983, the Pakistani government took over the Masonic Hall, threw everything out, threw all the Freemasons out, a lot of them in prison, outlawed it. 3 very brave men bought the warrant here, and they opened the lodge here now. Guys still fly from Pakistan and India. Now, I suppose there's only really 2. Victorians liked Egypt anyway, as we know. But there is a meaning behind everything in here. Now, some guys will tell you, no, it's just decorative. And I totally disagree. These menorah, 12 tribes of Israel on the top. But the Victorians went nuts with 7. 7's the number. And it has always been in all Hermetic philosophies, right the way from the Middle Ages. 7 has been an important number. 7 days of the week. 7 known planets at the time. The 3 branches underneath are meant to represent the 3 structures of the universe, which is strong in Jewish tradition. You'll find a lot of that in Kabbalah. Step on it gently there and try not to experience the hole. That's it. You'll go down a bit. That's the way. You can go down a bit more.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's tricky.
It is, and it is just purely, if you like, a stage set.
Yeah.
The original Templars, not the somewhat portly gentlemen who meet here today and get panicky if there's none of wine and biscuits. But the original fugitive crusading knights, the nutters who shave their heads, never wash their hair or never wash their beards or coats, the defenders of the pilgrims, when they were killed in the forests of Lebanon, particularly in battles, there was no cross in the desert to give them a Christian burial. So they would cross the hands under their head. Pointing the body towards the east is actually a Templar motif. After the sort of 400 years of the Crusades were over, and these guys had suddenly become fugitives and outlaws, they put it on their ships, the ships that reputedly escaped, which is why it's associated with piracy. Because these were, if you like, the original Alright, so the wood treatments that they put on in the day were never built to cope with central heating. So they, atmospheric, and it splits, and it falls apart, and periodically we have to get teams of antique restorers in here who look at it and go, well, it's £5 because I've walked through the door.
So what we have here is one very, very creative kind of legend, a bit gay, and over here screw you, Baker. Why?
Lord, if I the weary soul you drive back to the home you made on the mountainside, with that ugly, terrible thing with papers for the walls and a lonely ring, a lonely ring. Sit on your porch and pluck your strings. Oh, and you'll find somebody you can blame, and you'll find a creek that runs out into the sea.